Hey, Dr. Steve Chi here. One of the big things that's talked about these days is the microbiome, the gut microbiome, that and these trillions of gut bacteria that live inside of our guts. And research is suggesting that these bacteria may actually be influencing what we crave. And to me, this opens up a whole arena of things to explore and talk about because first, it can give us just some, even just if it's intellectual space and flexibility inside around our food cravings. Like it literally might not be us. Like sometimes we might feel like, oh my gosh, I just feel compelled. Like I have no, it's like there's something inside of me that's just like an animal and just needs to eat this or whatever. And that's kind of what research is suggesting that that our microbiome is craving, like literally. So if it's not us and it's this microbiome that allows us to have a relationship with it. It's in a way it's conscious, it has its own, it's something that we, it's a life form, it's a system in and of itself, and that can lead to all kinds of parts reacting to that. Fear, overwhelm, not liking it. I want to kill it. It's like all kinds of, you're not behaving the way I want you to. There can be all of these types of reactions, and then of course there can be, you know, um, parts of us, because it's our food history. um, the history of this reactions can go back so far, like even pre-verbally, like, right, like, the way that we were met as really young, when we were, wanting to be soothed or comforted, was it with food? And so these cravings can be very um, kind of primal inside of us. And but if we can look at this as something that we can build a relationship with, then we can start to, and if we start with the parts of us that react to us, this can actually lead to a whole other way of being with this. Now, oftentimes people are trying to address this dynamic, and not that this is bad, and not that this is there isn't truth to it, but yes, certain foods, certain supplements, which is beyond the scope of this video, can influence the microbiome and hence its cravings. So yes, if you have a healthier gut bacteria in your system, then your cravings will could shift as well as stress, decreasing stress and exercise. These things can shift the microbiome. But part of the challenge is oftentimes we can get parts of us that are just trying, and almost like trying to dominate, or it's actually led to an unhealthy a challenge with food. There's so, and really, the dynamics of that can be, and because of society expectations, et cetera, that are around that body image things. So much can be kind of linked up around this, that even though it's quote unquote good for us, could actually really not be healthy. And I had a video on this, is like, is your health behavior actually healthy? So to me, where we can go with this is if we can find a way to start building a more open-hearted and curious relationship with this, with our parts related to us, then we can actually have a more open-hearted and genuinely healthy relationship with food and these microbiome that are living inside of us. So if you found this to be helpful or have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Thank you.